latter half of my float, I found myself smiling.
Wow.
Like gratuitously smiling. Like my
Wow.
body was almost thanking me for shutting it down.
Wow, dude. This is like stuff you hear on like a third or a fifth or a seventh.
They call me a listener, they say that I should start to explore everything. Oh, I may be a listener and maybe I should. There's joy in the message I bring. ShaneTrain, ShaneTrain. I am free and at ease, I record what I please. ShaneTrain, ShaneTrain, ShaneTrain.
Recording?
Sweet. What's this episode?
I think we're going to talk about...
Oh, dude, you had your first float.
finally floated.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I'm so excited here. I was asking Will what happened. He said just save it. So this is the first time I'm going to hear about it.
Yeah.
And then Mason is gone,
That
which is
mofo.
beautiful because we can roast the shit out of him.
Hi, I'm a millennial.
Oh, look at my shoes that I don't wear.
I don't care about anything.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so lit.
I love YouTube.
Wow, we're already nailing
Fuck
it.
Facebook.
Work-life balance.
Yeah, I work really hard doing nothing.
This is beautiful. Hey, let's kick the episode off with a gambe.
Let's do it.
Gambe.
Let's do it. I could use that.
Please, someone must know someone that works at Jameson. I don't know what happened to our pallet. I think shipping got mixed up. If they could just straighten that out.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for our pallet.
Well, see, and it's funny for me because I think we discovered last week we were up to, what, 15 listeners?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to sponsor it?
Yeah, honestly, and minus our moms, it's 12, but still 12.
Yeah, I'm in our mom's count.
Yeah.
I mean, I get one time they thought about whiskey. Jameson. I mean, you were way missing out here.
Yeah, Jameson, target market.
Why wouldn't you want to send alcohol to Utah? I mean, if anything, I think that's like the best reason
Yeah.
to sponsor us.
Yeah.
That's pretty whack. I just said whack.
Whack.
Well, I did it.
Whack.
Wow. You know, it's funny, those are my initials.
Shut up.
For real.
That's whack.
That's whack.
Gambe.
Never heard that one before. That could or could not be the nectar of the gods.
So that's a Caskmate. That's one of their special editions. You got me this.
Yeah,
That's
for your birthday.
That's a birthday gift. Thanks.
What
man.
else did I get you?
What else did you get me? You got me a football game. I have never played it.
It's in the office.
Have you played it?
As I was buying it for you.
Let's play it.
I
man.
was in line playing it.
Let's play it.
It's the old throwback football game.
It's cool.
It's like built like a rectangle, and you're a little dash, and you go up, down, or forward.
It looks super old school, like Radio Shack style.
Yeah. I'm thinking once a birthday, I'm gonna get you the baseball one, and then they have a basketball one, and soon you'll just have the whole collection.
That'll be cool, man.
I'm pretty fucking awesome
Dude,
and humble.
you're the god of humble.
Yeah, that's what happens when you float.
Dude, tell me about your first float. Monique's my sister. She works here at Zen Studios as well. She was saying that you changed a lot going into coming out. I just got to hear. Wherever you want to take it, whatever you want to say, I am up for listening. I want to know.
It has been a crazy week for me, emotionally up and down. Today marks the 1-year anniversary of me losing my grandmother.
Oh, shit, man. I'm sorry.
And Tuesday afternoon, my stepmother called and said she had stage 3 breast cancer.
Jesus, I didn't know that.
So it's been an interesting week for me.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's heavy.
Very heavy. So Friday, it was like, okay, I mean, I've gone through the week. We've been pretty successful. And it just hit me. I need to float. So I felt heavy. I mean, I still, great spirits, and I work really hard to just, you know what I mean? I don't want to let outside influence
Nah, you leave
work.
it at the door for sure.
But today was one of those, like, it was hard to leave at the door. You know what I mean? There's just, when you have so much pressure on your shoulders, sometimes it's hard to leave. And it was like, okay, I'm just going to float. And Mo kind of gave me a walkthrough of, like, her ideas and, the way that I should approach it and everything else. And, of course, you know what I mean? I'm down here at Zen every day, so you hear about why people float and how they float.
Yeah,
the whole
you
9
hear it
yards.
all, man.
All of it, survivor stories and everything else. And just hopped in. And it took me, I used the Halo. So shout out to Halo.
Oh, you use the head pillow by Halo?
It was...
That's by Floaties?
Floaties.
Yeah.
Yeah, Floaties Halo. It took me what I thought was a few minutes. I don't know how long it was. That's the beauty of it all.
It's a time warp in there.
To adjust. I just never been in that kind of an environment.
What was the most tense part in your body?
Ooh, that's a hard call. My upper shoulders. And that was more of trying to figure out where my arms were going.
Isn't that weird?
So when my arms were forward, I felt a little bit of pressure on my shoulders.
Yeah.
But that was just because I felt myself trying to figure out, like, oh my God, I'm actually weightless. Like, I was trying to push back my head a little bit. I was trying to lift it. And I just wasn't at the point where I was letting go.
Yeah.
It's probably the best
hard.
way to put it.
It's really hard.
And then I remembered Mo telling me, put your arms behind you until you hit that relaxation point. And I did. And it was lights out. You know, there was no anxiety of, like, there was no claustrophobia. It was just a serene, perfect sensation.
Really?
And then I'll have to break it down. It was like 2 floats. So the first half of my float, of how it felt, my head went through everything I do. It went through everything I do for work. It went through everything I do, like my personal life and everything.
Top of mind shit.
Everything.
It's very typical, yeah.
It all came to me, right? And I was fascinated by opening my eyes. I was like getting such enjoyment out of opening my eyes, and it felt like I was looking into space.
Isn't that nice? You can't see anything, but stuff's kind of happening in your vision, but it's pitch black.
Yeah, I kept getting these like little almost twinkles of light, and then
Yeah.
my head started to go like, is it color? Like, what am I really seeing? And then I sat up. Like, I just had this brief feeling of like, you just need to sit up. So I sat up, had just a very serene moment of just like, I'm in the environment and I'm going to let myself go.
Yeah.
So I laid back down, I removed the halo, and I wanted to feel what it was like without any support, without anything.
Yeah.
And dipped in, and it was like somebody hit the on-off button just a couple of times. It was like an automatic reset.
Yeah.
The best way I could compare it, I felt as if I was in the middle of the ocean, and I opened my eyes, and I looked up as if I was looking to the stars, and I could almost see blue on the bottom of my peripheral.
Whoa.
My head had such a feeling of being in water and being weightless.
Yeah.
My body was creating color.
Wow, dude.
And then I saw light, like an actual ball of light. So Mo told me when I hit an hour, she's going to flip the light on. And then, you know what I mean, so, just so I know, like time-wise, where I was. Because I was like, I don't really know. I don't have a ratio of what to expect.
Yeah.
And I thought she turned the light on. And then I kind of looked down, and there was no light, nothing. It was just a ball of light. But the moment I made myself aware of the light, it was gone.
Huh.
So I hit that weird, dreamy, I don't even know how to explain it, like this, just dreamy. I was just in this dreamy state where all of my daily life just went away. All of my stresses went away. All of the aches and everything in my body, they were just gone.
Wow, man.
And I remember, so, you know, we talk a lot with like guided meditation and things that you can do inside the tent, the whole 9 yards. And I just remember one of my favorites, and it's from Deepak Chopra, and it was the power of intention. And it was asking yourself without giving yourself an answer of what do I want. So I think I spent the next second half of my float just asking myself, what do I want? And I came to this just beautiful amount of clarity.
Dude, this is awesome.
It was a real game changer. And then, you know, there's Mo. I guess my hour was up, and I could have said, you know, I want to be in here for 2 hours. And when it was done, I was like, oh, I don't want to leave yet. But it felt, well, and that was another thing too. So the latter half of my float, I found myself smiling.
Wow.
Like gratuitously smiling. Like my
Wow.
body was almost thanking me for shutting it down.
Wow, dude. This is like stuff you hear on like a 3rd or a 5th or a 7th.
Yeah. I had zero expectations.
Yeah, which is crucial.
Didn't-
You nailed that.
Yeah. Didn't really care what it, like,
You sat up.
yeah.
Which is just be free to be whatever.
Literally. I mean, it wasn't touching the wall. There was nothing. I just sat up.
Doesn't need to be perfect.
No. So zero expectations.
Man.
And then it was just like, okay, time to go into it. Laid back down, and then just the second half. It was like 2 different worlds.
Man, I'm happy for you. That's I feel like that's actually more rare than most people's first float. Most people's first float is just getting used to it. Maybe because you've been immersed in it.
That has to do something with it.
Yeah, it kind of set you up to have a win right off the bat.
Yeah.
Did it seem longer or shorter than you expected?
Incredibly longer.
Whoa.
So,
okay.
I had a weird... So, like I said, you know, I mean, it took me a while to get used to it and
Yeah.
to get into it, if you will. And then that was... I just kept wondering to myself, like, how long has it been? Like, how long until I get comfortable, whatever else. And so, I mean, I had to purposely tell my body, like, it's okay. I mean, in my mind, of course. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay to shut it down.
Yeah.
Like, right now I'm healing, and I've never done this before. This is completely unique to me, though I'm surrounded by it. but this is unique to me, so I'm just going to be in the moment.
Wow.
And then I remember opening that door, and it was just like, I was just like perma-grinned. And I poked my head out, and Mo's sitting here typing, doing some work, and I just smiled, and suddenly she was just like, you're a different person.
Ah, that's awesome.
Just incredibly a different person. So she did a before and after.
So are you going to get on the weekly? Or what are you going to get on?
To be honest, I think I want to do that twice a week.
Do it, man.
I might do a midweek.
It's one of the perks of working here, dude.
Yeah.
You got to.
Yeah, what a plus.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to do a midweek and then a Friday morning.
Do it, man.
Because why not?
Dude, it'll change your life.
Yeah.
So Monique, she's my little sister. She has a company, zenaf.com, teaching people how to be zen. But she started a 30-day float challenge.
Incredible.
She floated 30 days in a row. And she was saying once I got, like, in the rhythm, I feel like once or twice a week would be enough. So you're going to start on a rhythm that's probably just about right.
Yeah.
Because floating every day sometimes doesn't work. I floated every day when I was really, really messed up. So I was like fucked mentally, anxious, panicky, depressed, and every day was beautiful for me.
Yeah.
And now I'm weekly floating, and I might ramp it up. I'm going to watch what happens to you. But you think you're going to go twice a week?
Right now I have, I mean, I can't give a guarantee, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't know how
you
the
got to
weeks
feel
go.
it out.
But if I could even capture a small percentage of what today was, then hell yeah, I'm all in.
Dude, the habit, I think, I always say this, but the real benefits of floating happen outside the float tank.
Yeah.
But if you stick to that at least once a week, maybe twice a week, you're going to all of a sudden find that your daily normal life gets a little more calm, a little more easy. You'll handle shit a little more smoothly. It's kind of crazy.
Well, and look at what else I'm doing. You know what I mean? I put myself on a 30-day run habit.
Yeah, dude, that's inspired me. You and Monique have inspired me. So Monique's 30-day floating, your 30-day running. I know you have shin splints and stuff to kind of mess it up. But you guys are like stepping it up.
Well, I just, you know what I mean? Is obviously the listeners know, like I'm the old one around here, or at least that's how I'm like treated, jerks. But like, so I turned 40, and it was I just have, you know, I mean, one more shout out to Discover.
Yeah.
I just keep holding on to this philosophy of if not now, like when.
Yeah.
And I don't want anyone else driving my bus. I mean, I
Yeah.
did for a long time. Like it in a weird way, it felt good at times to be on cruise control.
Yeah.
But then like someone would take a left when I was like, shit, you should have gone right.
Yeah.
Well, if I was steering my own bus, I could have gone right.
Like I've known you for over a year now, but
Yeah.
you're very much your own captain now.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the book, you got the art, you're going to podcast coach. Sounds like you got a lot of things in the works, but it looks like you're your own captain. Whereas before when I met you, it seemed like you were going to go with life's motions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wherever that took you.
That's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah, but now you're a driver. And
Yeah.
to be like, hey, I'm gonna run 30 days in a row and do it is big. Everyone talks a big game, but like it's the people who commit to stuff like that are super impressive and inspiring.
Well, I did before I got the wonderful shin splints. And for those of you out there who have shin splints, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
they're
That shit
bad.
does not feel good.
Yeah, they're painful.
But I did 60-plus miles in 18 days.
Jesus.
But there was no... I just wasn't tired. Like, of course, you know what I mean? You run and you hit the wall and, like, you've got to slow down and, you know, you kind of fast-paced walk. But, I was a soccer player growing up, and I remember being so active. And then this kind of boils into the whole someone else driving my bus or, like, cruise control.
Yeah.
I was on cruise control almost purposely. And that's when you met me. Like,
Yeah.
I was really riding a fine line of, like, yeah, I could live this way for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I really could. Like,
it
really
was
good
like
at...
enough. Good enough.
Yeah,
Mike
yeah.
would say.
And then now when I look back, good enough sucks.
Yeah.
Like, what a crock of shit that we go out of our way to convince ourselves that good enough is just, oh, it's good enough.
Good enough are the people who die and they go, I wish I would have done that. I wish I
Yeah.
would have done this or that or this.
Yeah, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
You're not anymore.
Yeah. You want to know what's funny?
Huh.
You want to know what I thought about in the tent?
Huh.
Jumping out of a plane.
Oh, dude. I bet you got...
Zero anxiety about it.
Whoa, because before that was your worst nightmare.
It just seemed moronic.
Yeah.
And now I'm at a point where I'm just like, you might I might just come back and be like, I got a video to show you. And it wrote one random Saturday, I drove down to Moab and I jumped out of a plane. You're just going to be like, what the fuck?
I wonder what that would do for your psyche, because that's a biggest fear, and then to step through and into your biggest fear
Yeah.
I wonder what that would do for your confidence, and because breaking through personal barriers is huge.
I don't really have many more.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, you know what I mean? There's small things that I could probably identify. But those are, I don't know if they're fears or personal insecurities.
Yeah, well, we've all got stuff to work on constantly, but
Yeah.
what's weird is when I met you, I was like severely driving, like I was like an animal. Well, I was doing the 5-day workouts, and I was doing the Wim Hof icy showers.
You're a beast.
Yeah,
man.
I was beasting out, and then we had my second son.
Yeah.
And he moved into our but newborns, they stay in your room.
Yeah.
And we have to be extra quiet, and then getting up, I can't set a really loud alarm. It messes up that. But that broke one of my favorite and strongest habits, and right now I'm getting back into exercise. I've been running and working out, and I'm going to find a new version of that. But it's funny because I can't say that. For the past few years, I have been a nut job driver. Like, I'm proud of myself. Like, dude.
You're even putting it lightly. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah, it's a little nutty, but I've lost it. And it's been really humbling to lose something I really valued about myself. I've even got to the point where I have like a vibrating wristwatch, and I sleep in my gym clothes, and I'm having trouble maintaining a habit. And then I watched you and Mo, who I haven't, like, initially you guys weren't drivers. You guys were just kind of doing your thing.
Yeah.
Now you guys are drivers, and I'm being inspired by you. And it's just been a neat transition in life to go, you don't always have to drive. Sometimes you can be inspired by others and be driven by others. So for me, it's been cool, but it's been very humbling to realize that sometimes you got to adapt and adjust, because my willpower battery ran out, man.
You said willpower. Is that why you hired me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird, though? We transitioned hard.
Yeah.
It went from like I was driving the shit out of it, and then I've fallen back, and now you're driving.
Well, and I want our audience to have a clue, man. I was like fucking deer in headlights. Now, I could probably give you a bold statement of I don't think I backed down to any of the challenges.
No.
You were like this, and just do it.
Yeah, if people won't step up, then it's like I don't want to be around the people. When it comes to a working relationship.
Yeah, I couldn't have been aligned. There's just no way. Gombe?
Yeah, sure, Gombe.
Gombe. It seems to be fitting. I knew. So that's funny to hear you say that.
I'm being driven by the people I once drove.
Mm.
But that's a great trade-off in life.
And you just took the words right out of my mouth, because I mean, if I can, from an outside perspective, watching you did exactly that. And I mean, I said it before, like the way that we met was total kismet.
Yeah.
Like I was looking for something. You were impressed the night before to look for somebody in my shoes.
Yeah, and I never did that. I've never done that, never did that, and I haven't done it much since.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can tell the story.
Yeah.
You were a waiter, and I was at this event, and the guy at the event says, great waiters or waitresses are the best people to work with. And no matter what, stay in contact with them. Next day, I'm with, I think I was with a lady helping me kind of recruit.
What?
You thought I was being interviewed.
Yeah, that's the funny part there.
I'm super casual.
Yeah.
And she was like to the nines business.
I was like, this dude needs a beer.
And I was interviewing her.
Yeah. But I pushed a beer on you.
Yeah, and I appreciated it.
Yeah.
And then you push another one.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll have two.
Yeah, but you like gave up, like it was solid resistance of like, no, I don't need a second. And I was like, no, I really think you should. Even if I have to buy it for you.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I think I just gave you my card, and then I was talking to you a couple days later in Zen.
Yeah.
And I was like, you want to join me? You want to get this shit done? And actually, I threw you in the ring just to help me out. And then you came up. You just outshined I interviewed about, I don't know, 10 people, 4 people really heavy duty, and you outshined everyone. It was like, all right, join. Let's go, man.
Well, and everybody warned me. I mean, coming on and getting aligned with you. Well, so just I'm going to back up for just a second. Over the years of being in the restaurant industry, whether I was managing, whether I was serving, whether I was bartending, I don't know how many cards I was given.
Really?
And that's like, that happens all the time. If you're good at what you do, you're going to get a job offer. It just because it's my job to make sure you're entertained.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. And so many people run through their, it sounds bad, their humdrum existence.
Yeah.
And if you find someone that can take you out of that,
Yeah.
you want to align with them. It's like this instant attraction, right?
Yeah.
So for a long time, I saved all those cards, and for me, it was funny. It was just flattering. I didn't really move on many of them. A couple of them I called, but right away, like, yeah, I'm not going to go be an intern at your law firm or any of these kind of things. Like, oh, I don't want to sell radio again.
You want to climb my ladder?
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. But with you, I mean, I remember going back and talking to my coworkers, and I was just like, this dude might be for real. Plus, you didn't tip shitty.
Yeah.
And there's a big caveat there, too.
Yeah.
You gave me 100% tip.
Yeah.
And that was just like, I mean, I think if you tip shit,
if I would have tipped shitty, it'd been like, well, this is how he runs his biz.
Yeah. I'm like, what a jack off. You gave me a card, but then you left me 5%.
No, for me, it was like, he's a badass. Here you go, 100% tip. So let's see where it goes. Because I was like, if he can do this out in the business world, he could be unstoppable. Because you knew everything, you were dialed, you were well-spoken, you catered, and it was like, shit. Like, if I had that, we could conquer anything. So
yeah.
I'm glad we aligned. What was crazy is I just didn't see – I was like, well, you said I have a sales background, and I was like, I don't need sales right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did need help just like project manager, and so that's where it fit. It was interesting. It was really cool. It was really kismet.
Yeah.
It's weird to relive it. I forgot about kind of all the details.
Well, it's just kind of a trip.
Yeah.
So I spent the first couple of months like really deer in the headlights, because
it was fucking all new to you.
Yeah, all new.
I was like, website, backend, links, clicks, Google, Gmail,
everything.
Drive, Word.
Yeah, launch a book.
Book launch. Fuck. Oh, man.
Yeah. And the best part for me is like, so that's where like a lot of my sales and marketing, it was like, well, I'm not going to let you know that I can't do it.
Yeah. Well, you just dove in.
So just dove in.
Yeah, I'm glad you just dove in. I mean, anyone can learn this shit. It just takes you got to dive in.
Yeah.
And now you got your own stuff. You're writing your book. You can launch your own book.
Yeah.
I mean, we've made the ShaneTrain, probably new and noteworthy by now. You're gonna podcast coach.
Yeah, by now we should be sponsored.
Yeah, you got your art.
Yeah.
So it's good, man. And these tools, I mean, you'll be able to use on your own stuff. I'm excited for you. But you're your own driver, and so. There's this training that I send certain people to. It's called discoverleadership.com. If you go to their site, you may or may not be impressed, but I'm just here to tell you I've sent about a dozen people, and out of the 12 people who I've sent, all of them have said it's been second to marriage and childbirth.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
It's that big a deal.
And who would have thought, you know what I mean? If I was to tell you that I'm going to change your life in 4 days.
That's fucking nuts.
Like, yeah,
and
really?
Dude, when I went to Discover Leadership, I was terrified of people and social and getting on stage and you name it. I was my own worst nightmare. I got back from Discover Leadership and I joined Toastmasters, which is where you speak in front of 20, 30 people every week. My first speech was best speech. I just got all sorts of awards. I figured out I can do anything, and that's what launched my career. That's when we started the Kickstarter to launch the company. We did $300,000 our first month. I was on the news. I was on live ABC News. On and on and on. But the real lighting of the fuse was that discoverleadership.com. So if you're listening to this, go to their site. If you're not impressed with the site, I don't give a fuck. Just go.
Yeah.
If you go, I promise you, it's going to be next to childbirth and marriage. And if not. I don't know how to guarantee it because I can't give you your money back, but
see, my gut just went to the same thing. Like it's so good, I almost want to give that guarantee.
I know. I almost
like if you're not impressed, I'll just cut you that check.
So this training too, they give you can get an attendance award, like hey, you showed up and you went through it, or you can get an achievement, and they do give in my group 2 people got attendance.
Yeah.
Also, I've heard of about 4 groups where people leave halfway through. They're like, fuck this, it's too hard.
And yeah.
Isn't that cool?
So
See, that's cool. That means you don't get a trophy for participating.
Yeah.
You have to
got to bring it.
Yeah.
You've got to bring it. It's amazing the power of that. Because when I came back, so I was awoken? Horrible
you're
English.
Fucking nuts, dude.
But on a whole different level.
In a great way.
And then you see where you're at in your circle. That's when I started to do a real evaluation of the people in my life.
Oh, dude.
And those that are there for me, those that are kind of there for me.
Dude.
But realistically, those that I'm there for. Like it took my love and time to just 10, 20.
Dude. You think about this. So one thing I learned there was every person that is on your quote-unquote team, like every family member, friend, whatever, the way you show up in their life affects their outcome.
Yeah.
So if you're supporting them halfway, they might not fully achieve what they were going to because you weren't fully supporting them. So anyone in my realm, I support. You're going to be a rock star. You're going to be gone. But it's weird. It's weird to know that you affect everyone's outcome.
That hit home to me.
Yeah, like you could. So say you just took on a person to help with whatever.
Yeah.
And if you supported them in the right way, they may become a rock star. Or if you support them halfway, they might never show up and have a failing career.
Well, and they're going to feel half supported.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing that we don't realize, the power that we have.
Yeah.
You're going to give that off. These people are going to know that you're only halfway into it.
Yeah.
You might spend time convincing yourself that you are all in for them.
Yeah.
But just admit it. It's a crock of shit. You're not. I mean, just eat some crow and admit that you're not all in for them.
Dude,
but that's really hard to see.
Think of the difference it makes. Well, just an hour ago, we were sitting at the table. It was me, you, my sister Monique, Bridger, who's the the director of the Float documentary. Jamie works for them, but she does private work in marketing.
Phenomenal marketer.
JamieTarshis.com. Anyway, we're all out to conquer the world.
Yeah.
Together, and we all had like 50 things going on. But like that's support and that's belief in each other. That's like powerful.
This boardroom table was like a power table.
Yeah, we don't have to play around.
No.
But you realize that when you go to Discover Leadership Training, they're like, if you don't give it all you've got for people that are working with you, you may as well not do it.
And why even be here?
Yeah.
And that's really what I took home.
Yeah.
And that's like, well, I got off the plane. And I came directly here. Man, I just Ubered over here, and I was just like, Shane, no one has ever vested in me. And that was weird for me to realize. You don't realize it until you're in that moment, that no one had really vested in me that way.
Dude, I knew you had it, so it wasn't a big deal for me.
Scared shitless.
Yeah.
I was petrified.
Me too.
Petrified.
Me too. I was so sick, I was like ready to throw up. I think on my second day.
Yeah.
They add so much pressure at this training that like they study you. There's actually a team of people studying you while you're going through this process.
Yeah.
And they're putting you through your weaknesses. They're looking for ways you show up, and they're trying to take you through your bullshit, but they do a really good job.
A phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like you're going to boot camp.
Oh God, it's
I don't know.
It's like a mental boot camp.
Yeah, but they know they can identify quickly.
A 70-year-old could pass it, but they would still have to get way out of their comfort zone.
Yeah,
it's not like a physical thing.
Yeah, I was in there. Suzanne is late 60s, and she's one of my favorite people. So it's not like really anybody can do it. Anybody could do it. Yeah, I'm going to send my daughter.
Yeah, you have to be referred too.
Yeah.
So you can't just show up and go to this class. Someone has to recommend you. If you need a recommendation, write me. I'm at info@ShaneTrain.com, and we'll chat. And if I want to recommend you, I will.
Yeah.
It's cool, though. It's a cool program. Well, so the guy's name is Mike Jones. He's been crafting this 4-day program for 30 years.
35.
35. It's dialed. Like he can break people down and bring people up to your best self in 4 days.
And you hit it. You really do hit it.
Oh,
that was the best part for me. I mean, I was able to deal and put away with things that I didn't even realize I was carrying.
Me too. A childhood shit for me.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, see, and there were some people that there was some childhood stuff. There was some people that were going through current things.
Yeah.
And there were some people that were just happy as a lark, and they got sponsored. They went, and they realized, like, I'm just going to be a better version of myself. Like, who the fuck wouldn't want to be a better version of themselves?
Yeah.
Like, when I look at it now, and we talk about the person that I was, and I liked me when you met me. You know what I mean? I was very comfortable just doing me.
Yeah.
But if I look at the person I am today, and I look at that person now, why was I letting somebody else drive my bus?
Yeah, and you put up with more shit before, too.
I took a lot.
Yeah, well, you were a server, and you were an excellent server. But I felt like almost one of the themes of your life was serving people.
Yeah.
You kind of came second to a lot of people. And, I mean, you got to play roles. You got to assist and get projects done and get work done. It's not about that. But, like, I feel like you cared so much about the needs of others that your needs came secondary. That's one thing I've noticed about you.
Well, I lived my life that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I really did from a very, very early age.
And now it's like now your needs matter just as much, and you're going to do whatever it takes to get both needs met. It's just like,
Yeah,
your
there's
needs matter,
no...
my needs matter.
I'm me without ego.
Yeah.
Like, literally, my ego is smashed. And that's
Yeah.
another thing I can thank this guy. Like, my ego is smashed. So I don't... There's zero, like, feeling or thought of, like, oh, I'm better than this person, or I'm better than that, or anything else. No, I'm just on equal terms.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're in a relationship with me, I'm going to bring it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do everything I can to bring it. But on the flip side, you better bring it, too.
Dude,
you really better bring it.
When you get back, though, it starts to really mess with the relationships where the other person isn't bringing it.
Yeah.
I mean, you think any friend, family, whatever, when the other person is half-ass showing up, half-ass supportive, half-ass there, you get back from this training and you're like, I don't know how I feel about this relationship anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you realize the human potential.
Yeah.
And so I think that realization comes from, I knew how much more I could do. And so by learning how much more I could do, I knew how much more other people could do.
Yeah.
Now that takes a lot for some people, and some people, you know, they end up in a box and they never learn.
Sidelines their whole life.
Yeah, perfectly.
Yeah.
So that was, I mean, it is what it is, right? I had this amazing adventure. You had this amazing venture. But on the benefit side, those people that are in your circle now, they're going to be driven. But not only just driven, they're going to be supported. So you're not driving with a whip. I mean, you're driving with, you're driving with possibility. You're driving with dreams.
There you go, driving with possibility and dream. Because honestly, right now, I'm a driver. I want to get shit done, but I'm not even driving. The people who are working with me are driving me.
How fun is that?
I've changed people, and now I'm like using it as a resource to watch you guys and go, holy shit, keep it together, man. You got stuff to do.
Well, see, and that's fun for me to see.
There's so many sideline people, though. Here's a great question for you. This is just a topic of discussion.
All right.
So when you're a self-improvement junkie like myself, I want to improve everything all the time. So when it comes to your relationships and your life, how do you be okay with how it is but also want better, but not make the other people in your life feel like you want better at all costs, like you're not satisfied? It's weird. It's a weird time of being like content, but then wanting more and making people feel like they're enough.
Yeah. Well, for me, I think that's really the value of a heart, right? The value of expression.
Yeah.
Because for me, I live with that acronym, and I carried that, and I learned that there, and it was important for me. What am I focused on? So for me to answer your question, I think of like, what is their intent?
Yeah.
And so the answer to that is like, so you know if they're half-assing it. You can feel it emotionally or spiritually or whatever you want to call it. You can feel it, and you know they're doing it.
What do you say when that person says, why is it not good enough?
Well, I can't really say anything. And that's the hard part for me. I can't really say anything.
Me too.
All I can do is for me, that comes from a place of pain.
Yeah.
So that person is they're saying that to themselves.
Yeah.
They're not asking you, why am I not good enough, or why isn't this good enough? They don't feel good enough for themselves.
Yeah.
So really what they're doing, instead of solving it themselves, they're putting it on you. And that's diversion, man. That's like the old tactic, right?
It's so weird.
Like, I know I'm fucking up, so I'm going to blame you for everything that's going wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I can't move your feet for you. I can't think your thoughts for you, and I can't make you do anything.
It reminds me of that Jim Rohn quote. He says a bunch of things, but one of them is to be ambitious and content at the same time. That's hard because I am very content with so many of the results and the things and the life I have, but I don't think I'm going to live one day on this earth where I'm not ambitious for more. I love improving. I love being better. I love a better way. I love being able to give people more in my life and do more. So it's hard because when you mix that with a status quo person, that status quo person feels like they're inferior, they're not enough, it's never going to be enough, and you're driving past.
Well, let's give this some context.
Yeah.
You've been through the shit. So one of my favorite sayings is sometimes you have to go through the shit to realize you don't have to go through the shit.
Yeah.
But you've been there. For our fellow listeners, all 15, we might have 16 now. I'm hoping for 16.
I bet
that
we have
sounds
16.
good.
Yeah.
They heard the first episode.
Yeah.
So they know a little bit of background, right? They got a touch of just kind of where you've been, Mason, myself. But you've been there. You've been at that broken point to where you had to realize you're the only person that's going to be able to fix it.
Yeah.
You're the only person that no one can put the work in for you.
Yeah.
And you got to be hungry.
Yeah.
And hungry just doesn't show up. You've got to at least identify something that you want, and you got to want it more than anybody else. You got to want it for you.
Yeah.
You can't want it for I can't want someone to do it for me. No one's going to pay my fucking bills.
Yeah.
No one's going to take care of my family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I want that, I have to do it.
Yeah.
But you had to go through that, and you hit rock fucking bottom.
Yeah,
man.
I just wanted to die, man. I was insane.
Yeah, you hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
So like, I hear you say this now, and I witness you being a driver, man. I see you lead a huge team of people, and they look at you like, fuck, I trust this dude. Like, I'm all in for this guy.
Yeah, I have a lot of people who are fully invested. Like, I got you, man.
But you didn't have that many years ago because you weren't even invested in yourself.
Yeah. Weird, man.
So that's like my long answer to your question. Those people that point that finger and ask you those questions like, why am I not enough? Or why am I not good enough? Or like, what else can I do for you? My reply is, you already know. If you're going to ask that question, you already know.
Dude, here's the scary part. Everyone in my life who's like, I love you the way you are, and I love for what you do and drive.
Yeah.
They're driving themselves, and they love that part of themselves. The status quo people don't enjoy me as much, but does that mean it's time to leave the status quo people?
That's hard, right?
Yeah. Are you willing to leave the status quo people in your life?
I am.
I'm every day I'm more and more willing to say, you know what? There's nothing wrong with you and there's nothing wrong with me, but I'm better aligned with people who are not comfortable status quo.
Like attracts like.
Yeah. But that's hard.
That's probably the hardest thing that us as relationship beings do.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not like, oh, this is the end. We got to be done. You know what I mean? We've got to end this or whatever else. It's understanding that if I'm going to be the driver and I want to be a driver and I'm going to be the one that's going to be in charge of my life, if I have someone in my life that's going to be a catalyst for negativity, or if I have someone in my life that reminds me of everything that I fucked up on in my past, how can that promote me to success?
It can't.
Because if I come home and I'm like, man, I killed it today and I won.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's great. I'm glad you won. Remember this one time that you fucked up and this other time that you like way messed up and then this other time that you did something wrong? And suddenly in my head, I'm like, well, I can't do anything about it. Oh, you're right. You're right. I did do that. Oh, fuck. I did. Okay. So I did win today. I really hope I don't fuck up. So instantly, it's just a product of environment. It's a product, and it just stems all the way down to there's nothing wrong with those people.
Nothing wrong.
Not here to judge.
It's the majority of humans.
But like attracts like.
Damn.
And you'll notice, and all of you out there listening right now, I know you notice when you have a good day, you know you have people in your life that the moment they catch wind of you having a good day, they don't want to see you happy.
Fuck.
They just don't.
Fuck that.
And that doesn't, like, I'm not saying they're bad people.
No.
But they're uncomfortable by you being happy because they're not happy.
Anyone who has a good day, I fucking love it. And I go, what did you change and what can I do to be more like you?
Yeah, let me emulate that process.
I want more good days.
Yeah. Because like attracts like. Misery loves company, man. If you were down and depressed and anxiety-ridden right now, and nothing wrong with it, like if that's the case, we want you to get help. I mean, that's a big thing that we want you to get help. Go talk to somebody. Go find a support group or what have you. But if you were down in the dumps and you were going through that process daily, and I kept coming in like, oh, my God, man, you should see this painting that I just painted. I just wrote another chapter in my book. I'm about to launch this business. You'd just be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
And then for me, I'm like, after a while, I don't even want to tell you. I don't even want to tell you. I could have just fucking been voted president. Don't even want to tell you.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to be like, love you a bunch, but kick rocks.
This is very close to home. I just have a handful of relationships where it's like I met the person when I was status quo.
Yeah.
And so now I'm sitting here going, I'm not the same person. I don't like hurting people, but it's also not my responsibility on how they react to how our relationship goes.
Yeah, you're not in control.
Yeah, so it makes me want. I just got to kind of do my thing. This reminds me. So I was on a flight back from New York last night.
New York,
and I watched the McDonald's Foundation or the McDonald's founding movie. The dude was.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, it was called Founder, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, he was Ray Kroc.
if he only knew now, huh?
Yeah, but he was the one who made McDonald's what it is. But and the movie doesn't leave you going, oh my God, he's a great guy, great entrepreneur. They left you feeling like, no, he's ambitious, he had his flaws, and he had his good things. But his wife was very much like, nah, this is it. I want more. I don't want more. I want just less. I want to just be status quo. I want to do whatever this is.
Oh.
And he's like, I want to conquer the world. And they end up splitting, and he went with a woman who was, I want to conquer the world with you. And they went out and conquered the world and made McDonald's and donated $15 billion to charity.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but it's crazy because I remember thinking, well, when he got in this is how he felt. And then later he left on and went other ways. So it's just weird to me. It's weird to me to look at.
Okay. So we talked just a little while ago how I was okay. And I'll say this now because I'm not embarrassed. I just coasted. I spent a lot of time in my life. And, we've talked, and one of the episodes we talked a little bit about my book. And my book's filler. So I was convinced that I could walk in other people's shoes. And that's probably why I started muting myself, right?
Yeah.
So going from that, I fell in love with sociology, and then I fell in love with social psychology. And I started to love like how people interact in an environment and how they act in a populace, how they act with these pressures, the whole 9 yards. You're going to know a true character of somebody. So if you're in a relationship with somebody and you see the way that they treat you, I want you to watch the way that they treat their friends. If they're supporting their friends and they're telling their friends to go get it and go kick some ass, and they're smiling and laughing and having a good time with their friends, but the moment when it comes to when you know you need support and they should be giving it to you, that's kick rocks time.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting what they're capable of giving, which means they're purposely holding something back. And I'm just going to call it as it is. And I might be way off my rocker here, but this is just based on my own impression after meeting and talking and loving so many different people. You're going to give that much to other people, but the person that you're sharing this time with, you're not going to give it to me. Then I'm doing you a disservice by staying with you because you're missing the point of being in love. And you're missing the point of being in a relationship. And you could probably apply that to even coworkers.
For sure. One of the things I always remember is like when you fire someone in your business because they just don't align anymore, you're setting them free because it's not fitting.
Yeah.
And you're letting them go, and you're going to let them get on to something that fits better without you.
You're holding them back.
Firing people is really hard to do. And you want to save them, and you want to fix them, and you want to get them on your vision. But sometimes you can't, and just letting them go. And I can think of a handful of relationships, people, friendships, where it's like, even though it's painful, if things have changed and the dynamics change, it's time to let go sometimes and let them go do their thing and you do your thing. And you'll both be happier, although not initially.
Yeah.
That's what I think of.
Well, yeah, that's always hard. I mean, the funny thing is like, so that's hard. But we're inundated by stories of like it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Like after time goes.
Yeah.
And of course, I mean, it's all hard, right? Like life is not an easy thing.
Yeah.
We should not convince ourselves that this mortal plane is some easy existence, right? I mean, you had to work your ass off to get where you are now. It took a lot of work, but it also took a lot of breaking. You had to break through the ego. You had to break through all of these levels of things.
Yeah.
To get to this point. So it takes work, right? You got to be hungry, and it takes work.
Man. Yeah.
A ton. So I revel in those moments. Like there are times I've just been straight up fired. Hated it the moment. I was like, oh my God, they ruined my life. How could they? When I look back now, so happy they did because I wasn't giving anything that was required.
Isn't that weird?
I was going out of my way to do the opposite of what was required.
It's like that Steve Jobs talks where it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense in it looking forward, but when you look back and connect the dots, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
But when I was losing my fucking mind in LA and I thought I had schizophrenia, It was like, there is no way this can be any good for me or anyone. And then counseling, medication, on and on and on. There's no way this can be good for anyone. This is me recovering. This is shit. This is like a time I'll try and not remember in my life. But then all this stuff wound me up into meditation, wound me up into floating. Now I have a float company, the Hit Float book, the Float Tank Cure. We funded a documentary. I'm helping other people have breakthroughs. And it makes sense looking back, but the painful shit doesn't make sense in it ever.
Well, see, and that's a bonus.
This is just weird-ass pain.
You're giving a success story.
Yeah.
A legitimate proof in the pudding success story.
But it doesn't make sense going forward. Hey, can you carry this for a split second?
Yeah.
I gotta use the bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, to even cap what we're talking about, man, people that are upset, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear that. And again, I just want to state, there is nothing wrong with those people because we're all in the same story. We're all on the same plane. You're just at a different place and you're at a different time. This is one of those moments where, like, I wish we had a phone, right? It's like, call us in, give us your opinion. How fun is that? It's been a real trip. Floating today was an amazing thing. When you make an investment in yourself, it's amazing the things that can come from that because you start to find your value. You start to see where you're coming from. And that's in business, that's in family, that's in love, that's in life, that's being a parent, that's being in a relationship. So for us, I mean, we shoot a lot of shit and we have some great drinks and like we get goofy and then we have serious things. Like we'll talk with Julia, and if you haven't had a chance to listen to Julia's episode, she's the human trafficking survivor. And what a testament to strength. I mean, you want to talk about being hungry, being able to get out and to be able to just take an ultra negative and turn it into something to push a positive to so many people. And she's a huge support. So I guess the realism of what we're talking about right now is if you have an inkling that you're in a situation where something is toxic, you need to evaluate what you're doing. And there's nothing wrong with being selfish. I don't know why that's a negative term. You've got to make sure that you're okay. If you don't save yourself, how are you going to save anybody else? How are you going to save anybody else? If you drown, everybody else is going to go down with you. It's a fun, slippery slope. So dive in, check your relations, and check your conversation. What do you want, and what are you waiting for? Now, Shane, get back here, because I want to continue this conversation. It's kind of fun. I almost feel like I'm talking to myself. In a way, I am. Oh, I love these Zen studios. Yeah, man, I think I'm gonna float probably twice a week. I don't know why I wouldn't. Never been in a situation like that. I've never been able to cut the senses. Ever.
It's nice, huh?
Yeah.
It's a special environment that humans have never had.
It just makes me think that this conversation is so fitting for my first day just getting in a float tank.
Yeah, dude, you gotta check back up once you have the habit going too. The habit's powerful.
I will. I can't wait to combine an exercise regimen with floating, plus working on myself. You know what I mean? Like, I am now addicted to, like, the success, like Jim Rome. Like, I'm listening to that on tape, and you know what I mean? That just Darren, shit. Shout out to Darren Hardy. What an inspiration. Oh, my God.
He's one of my mentors for sure.
Got to meet that guy. That's on my bucket list. Got to meet that guy.
I can hook that up, man. He's a good dude.
Yeah. Let me get everything launched first.
Yeah. Gotta get the foundation built.
But that's kind of what I was saying. Like, you know, when you stepped away for just a second, if you feel that you're in a toxic relationship, I want you to evaluate what you want and then base that off of what you're getting.
Dude, this reminds me of so right now one of my crazy focuses is this book called No More Mr. Nice Guy. And one of my major dysfunctions as a person is I really try and keep things smooth. And it actually takes a huge toll on every relationship I have. Because I want to keep it smooth. I want to be friendly. I want to be the nice guy. I want to do it right. I want no waves. And if something goes wrong, I want to fix it so we don't have that wave again. Well, anyway, I stumbled on this book, No More Mr. Nice Guy, and it was like the book was written for me. And I've listened to it. I've listened to it 8 or 10 times. I've actually looked. In the last month, I've listened for like 19 hours or something. That's at double speed.
Wow.
And I'm just obsessed about it. I joined one of the groups for the book, but it's like this book is just changing and will change my life forever. But if you're in a relationship and you feel like you're biting your tongue, holding back, being the nice guy, keeping it smooth, fixing it, you ought to check out this book. We got to get this author on. I know we've emailed for him, but we should keep working at it.
Yeah, he's one I want to land.
Yeah, he'd be a great interview. And it's great because he wrote the book, but he suffered from the nice guy syndrome. And it was really cool going to the men's group, being surrounded by guys like me.
Yeah.
Who are just like, nice guys. Doesn't mean they're winning because they're too worried about making things smooth and fixing it and staying peaceful.
And that's the caveat right there. So you hear the title. It's not talking about go out there and be a dick.
Not at all.
It's basically saying, like, if you're subduing your own voice to make sure someone else is happy,
Yeah.
you're not doing a service to the both of you.
Yeah. You're not being a nice guy to yourself.
No. And it's well, I said it's okay to be selfish. I don't know why selfish became a negative thing. You've got to save yourself first.
When you're doing good,
Yeah.
everyone around you gets to do good too. Because
Yeah.
you enjoy yourself and you're bringing more energy and love and life to the people and relationships you already have. So it's big.
Well, how many flights have you taken?
Flights.
Hundreds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We fly a lot.
So what do they tell you when you take a flight with that oxygen mask?
Yeah. If it goes down, you got to get your mask on so you don't pass out while trying to put other people's masks on.
So
You just can't help people if you're not helped yourself.
yeah.
And that's hard to do.
So people tell themselves that that's being selfish, and that's a negative thing. And I think it's the complete opposite.
Yeah, you're not going to be who you need to be when you're deprived,
Yeah.
when you're depressed, when you're just broken, ruined. And so many people put everyone right before them, and it's damaging. And smoothness in a moment doesn't equal smoothness in the long run. In fact, a lot of nice guys find themselves in really messed up relationships because they were trying to be nice.
Yeah, and that's a pacifier, right?
Yeah.
So like that brief second, you might have avoided that hairy situation.
Yeah.
But do you feel good? Did you state your basis?
No.
No, not
It's
at all.
weird. That book is so... anyone listening who, if that strikes a chord with you, please just listen to the book and see what you think.
Yeah, highly recommended.
It's well done. We were going to roast Mason on this episode. I don't think we should pass that up.
Yeah.
Mason called us out, too.
Yeah,
Millennial
it's
Mason.
too easy.
I'm gonna get on beta
It's
myself.
too easy. The man wears a shirt that's got a sloth on it.
He does. What does it say? Live slow, die whenever.
Yeah.
That's his style.
It's just perfect. And the funny thing is, I tell him all the time, man, I think you keep me young, but good God, does he keep me motivated? Because I'm like, no, I got to get my job done.
Mason.
And that's what, we said at the very beginning of the episode. He'd ask me, like, okay, go ahead, Will. What would you say about me? And I'd be like, fucking millennial, blah, 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 blah. But it's really true.
Yeah.
It's really true.
Let me take a first shot. I collect shoes. Got my Yeezys. I don't know what he spent on his Yeezys. He's never worn half his shoes.
And I ask him all the time. First, I ask him what fucking color are those.
He doesn't know the color.
No, color doesn't matter.
He oranges like he.
I don't
owns, like,
see
bright
color
orange
well.
shoes. So
Yeah. Which he thinks they're green.
he's super in the know in the lingo. I think he uses Rap Genius to figure out what's happening.
Do you think he does that on a daily basis before we
Yeah.
get here?
Well, have you ever noticed he knows everything about every rap song?
All the time.
Do you know what fucking up commas means? It means fucking up dollars.
Yeah.
But he knows all the little details.
And I just look at him.
He speaks hard slang.
Yeah. He says lit fam all the time. What's up, my dude?
Yeah, my dudes.
And like, what
Lit
the fuck,
Gucci.
man? I'm never, ever going to
Saw,
take
bro.
you to like a professional fucking situation because you're going to look across the table and be like, what's up, my dude? And this guy's going to be like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
How often does he wear his Brooklyn hoodie?
That's my favorite, though.
Brooklyn.
That's my favorite. And I give him shit all the time. I'm like, when am I ever going to see you in a button-up? I'm a fucking millennial. I don't have to wear a button-up. I don't want to do that shit.
Millennial Mason.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Why isn't his shirt up? His shirt will probably be up by the time this airs.
It better be.
Millennial Mason. We got your yummy shirt.
Yeah.
We're gonna
And he's
have a
got
bunch.
another one.
What's the other one?
Skeptic.
Oh, yeah, he's got a Skeptic. That's a cool shirt.
It is a cool shirt.
Yeah.
It is a cool shirt. And I'm really happy that he didn't drop some of those during our Tom Carey episode. Because he wanted to.
Yeah, he
I'm
was
pretty
iffy
impressed
on
with
Tom
Mason.
Carey. Tom Carey's episode was the Live from Roswell, right?
Yeah.
So his book is his format. Like, he is just a well-documented long-form writer. So if you listen to that, you're like, wow, so much to back up this story, this idea. But when we got him on the podcast, I mean, he did fine, but
Yeah.
that's not his format. having to come up with that on the fly, kind of stay on topic and
Yeah.
jump around. It just wasn't for him.
Well, and it was funny because we didn't want to talk about sensationalism, right? Like we wanted to stay away from that because we want as much credible evidence as we could from that situation. But then halfway through, it was just like, I'm talking to a professor right now. So I can't discredit you because you know everything there is to know about Roswell and Area 51 and this. I mean, it's a big thing.
He couldn't even recap because he knows way too much.
No.
He's like, I'm not good at recapping. You got to listen to his. If you listen to Witness to Roswell, it'll blow your mind, especially that chapter where they read the notarized letter from a really, really respected general who died with a secret and left a letter to his family in a trust, and it was their decision to give it to the author. It was awesome.
That was the big thing
The
for me.
podcast is not his format, but the book is Witness to Roswell. Go check it out.
But I was stoked to have him on.
Yeah, he was cool.
First of all, I couldn't believe that, like, we're a brand new podcast, and he's like, sure, I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, my God, we got Tom Carey, man. Like,
That was cool.
This is really happening. All right, let's check it out.
That was cool. All right, man, you got to take a shot at Mace.
It's been highly rated. Mason. Well, you just tell me what to do, man. I don't know what to do. That was good. That was good.
Yeah, what's one of mine? Oh, shit, I'm trying to think.
Oh,
Yeah, so we have these lists that we have to get done every day.
Yeah.
This is what we do. This is how we grind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm just wrapping up my list from last week. Sweet, dude. It's last week's list.
yeah. No, but I'll get it filled out before you look at it.
Yeah.
Don't
that
worry,
was
it's all
another
done.
thing. I'm like, how's your list going? He pulls it out. Check. Checks off like a week of things.
Yeah.
I'm like, nice, dude. Cool.
Yeah, don't look at it yet. Let me check these first.
Yeah.
Oh, check it out. I got it done.
So millennial.
Yeah.
Dude, he doesn't need the man. He doesn't need the man checking up.
Here's one. Here's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Mason, man, that garbage over there is like really full. Yeah, it doesn't say here I got to take it out till Friday.
And then he wouldn't take it out till Monday or Tuesday.
No, he wouldn't move
Because he doesn't
it.
have time Friday.
No, well, 'cause it's funny because, and he'll, like, I believe him when he's like, ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, you don't got time for that. You got time for those video games and YouTube, though.
Fuck yeah.
How many pairs of shoes have you bought today, Mason?
Dude, why is the garbage full? Fucking the dumpster's full. I
Yeah.
go back there. Let's go check. Fucking empty. I'm like, come on, man.
And he'll look at you like, do you really have to go fucking check?
Busting his balls.
Yep, all the way
Yeah.
through.
It's my job.
Hey, Mason, there's some boxes back there you should break down. I was going to get to those.
Dude, his wife loves him as he is.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
And they are awesome together.
Yeah.
Like, I can't throw them under the bus because
No.
they are cool. Dude, she brings him Uncrustables.
I know. She brings him Uncrustables, little treats.
Yeah.
They go out to eat to all the... She's all about him.
We don't have anybody bringing us Uncrustables.
God damn it, Mason.
No. Okay, so we love to fucking hate you. I'm going to burn that Brooklyn sweatshirt. I'm just letting you know. You ever leave it on the back of your chair, you just leave it, I'm fucking taking that
Burning
thing.
it.
I'm just going to have a campfire outside.
He's got a good thing going, man.
It's the shoes.
So do you think he's going to... So his eyebrows are on the line.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do a stand-up comedy session this year, we shave his eyebrows.
Yeah.
January 1st.
I have a weird feeling
Yeah.
that he's okay with getting his eyebrows shaved.
Oh, that sucks. I want him to do stand-up so bad.
I know. He'd be so good.
He's got a niche thing, too. Millennial Mason. He's got a niche. He's got a name. He can do this. And, and one day it'll be, oh, yeah, his Millennial Mason, his breakout was on the ShaneTrain podcast.
Yeah, I remember you, dude.
Yeah.
You're Millennial Mason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dude, he can do it.
Well, and it's funny, too,
He said
because
he's working on material.
he cracks wicked jokes. And the kid makes me laugh. Like,
Yeah.
I genuinely laugh. But then the moment he's done, he's just like, oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, dude, fucking go do some stand-up. Your shit would be funny.
So the Duncan Trussell episode, we had Duncan Trussell on. It might have aired before or after this.
Yeah, who knows?
He had a ton in common with Duncan. And I
surprised.
had very little with all the magic cards and the games. I just sat there, and he went off, and you could tell he was, like, wet dreaming.
Way.
Yeah, and then at the end, he's like, I feel like I talk too much. I'm like, no, man, you had the most in common. You talked perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Here's a kid that will do anything he can to get out of doing something, but when he does something, it's like the best it can ever be done.
Yeah.
It's so fun, which is why I give him shipping. Remember when he tried to convince me I was a millennial? He found on like one website that I fell into millennial category, and he thought he thought he wrecked me for a day. And then I came back the next day and I was like, I'm born in the 70s, man. There's no fucking way that's even possible that I could be a millennial. And he was like, no, it's true.
I'm cusp millennial.
It's true. Yeah, you are.
I'm 34.
So wait a minute.
Technically, I am a millennial.
So you have millennial tendencies?
When
And
I've
could
read-
you say that?
When I've read articles, though, it's like, yeah, you're in the middle. But, I mean, I grew up with, like, we had dial-up internet in junior high.
Okay.
We did no cell phones.
No.
That was
Pagers.
We had pagers. I had a pager when I was a sophomore.
Millennials don't have time for pagers. Could you imagine that?
No.
Of course, good luck finding a payphone.
I think a pager would be kind of cool.
I'd almost want to
Should
go
we bring
back to
back
it.
the pager?
I'd be down.
Dude, they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, especially if you drop the 911 before you say your comment, right?
You want to know what's crazy? I was like so close to giving up a cell phone because I ultimately believe that they're just like kind of a bad distraction, almost an addiction.
Yeah.
But I talked about it with my wife. I'm like, I'm going to get rid of a cell phone. I'm just going to go to like only when I'm within Wi-Fi can I talk to anyone. And the deal was she's going to get called constantly for me. And I didn't want to put that burden on her.
Yeah.
If I was a bachelor, I would go to tablet style Wi-Fi. So yeah, I'm available, but you're gonna have to catch me when I'm in Wi-Fi range. Otherwise, I'm out. And remember when we talked about this with Mason? And Mason's like, I can't imagine going without internet for even like an hour.
Even talking about it gave him fucking anxiety.
Yeah, and I love it, and you loved it.
Yeah,
it's fucking dream come true.
I hate those fucking things.
Me too.
I absolutely hate them.
How good do you feel after like 2 days of no phone? It's like, oh, I feel like a real human.
Well, I'll be honest with you. So a couple of weeks ago, took a week off. I don't think I've ever taken like a mental health week, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever truly done that. And it was weird from my circle because everybody's like, well, you're taking time for yourself? Like,
yeah, isn't that weird?
What the fuck? You don't do that. You really, but you know what I mean? They do.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Yeah.
Anyway. So I shut it down. Like I shut all the contact down. No fucking emails. Hardly any texting. I mean, there was no checking in, no nothing. And I was grounded. I was just like, I'm no longer worried about everybody else's status quo. I don't give a fuck what you cook for dinner. Frankly, I really don't care if it's your anniversary. Like, just none of these things I just don't care about.
Such an addiction.
But when I have that damn thing in my pocket or I put it in my hand, I'm like, oh, I'm going to open this app. Yeah, that's cool. Close that down. I'm going to open this app. Oh, that's cool. And close it down.
Fucking Libsyn stats. I'm going to check this.
I don't know what I get from it. I still can't tell you what the hell I get from it.
Dude, does your leg ever vibrate when you're fucking in your boxers or something? I said fucking in your boxers, but just when you're in your boxers.
Wait a minute. That's two things at once, right?
No, so like, no joke. I can be naked and my leg will vibrate. It's like my body knows.
You're just programmed.
Yeah, it's like, I was like, what? But there's no cell phone on me.
You know what gets me now? Huh. I wear this damn watch.
Ooh, God. So how do you feel? Look at me, man.
Okay, love it. Like, I love it, to be honest.
For certain things.
Yeah.
But not for other things.
You know what I really like it for now?
Huh.
I spent a lot of money on a tachometer. Tachometer? Pedometer.
Just to keep track of
just
steps?
To keep, yeah. It's like I got tired of like putting weight on.
I use it for Nike Run, and I have my earbuds, so I have a watch and earbuds. It's super lean and light.
Yeah.
But, like, do you like being buzzed for all your notifications? It's kind of a pain in the dick.
No, but I haven't turned them off yet.
Whoa, I don't even know what that does, but I just touched it.
So, like, I could, right? I could turn it off. It's this weird gambit. Like, I can't stop making fun of Mason for it, but I have this gut feeling that if I really did get rid of all the technology, I would almost feel, I don't know. It's kind of like what we were talking about just a minute ago. Like, you would feel lost and it would suck for just a moment, but then you would remember, I went through the 80s and pretty much most of the 90s not having a cell phone.
Yeah.
Like, to call somebody, I had to go to my home phone, or I had to go find a pay phone, or I had to go borrow somebody's phone.
Isn't that
like, I had
weird?
to go into somebody's house and ask to use their phone.
That's weird.
But that was enough. If I wanted to go see a friend, I had to go to their house and knock on the door and see if they're there.
Weird.
Now I just shoot a text. Sup, man?
Dude.
That's it. I'm not going to call you. I'm just going to say sup, man. Sup.
Where are we headed?
Sup. Who knows, man?
Where are kids headed? I have a feeling that I'm going to be the dad where my kids are like, my dad's such an asshole. He doesn't let us have phones, and he doesn't let us, like, and I'm afraid I'm going to be that dad because I believe that by the time they turn, like, to 25, 30-year-olds, they're going to be like, I'm glad my dad did that because we were outside a ton. We did a ton of activity, and we weren't, like, bonded to these phones.
I think it's going to be one or two things. I think it's either going to be, like, the greatest upgrade of Google Glass, or it's going to be an implant, or like contacts, right? Where just all this shit just pops up in our vision.
That's what Mason's all about.
And I could believe it. Like, seeing what's out there now, I can see where that's going. Or I think it's going to come a point to where we realize that we're too connected. Where, like, Snapchat wears off.
There's going to be a new fad of disconnection.
Yeah.
How long you been disconnected, bro? 8 days. Whoa.
Been checked out for a while, man.
Yeah.
How long you been
It's going to be
phone
the
sober?
new thing. Hipsters are going to be like, I checked out, bro. I'm off grid.
Can we start that now? There's probably
Yeah.
a movement out there, but let's just claim it. We started that.
Off grid.
Just off grid, man.
Damn. So how do I get it so people won't text or call my wife?
Just unplug her phone.
We do it together.
Yeah, that's what you do. You get a home phone or an answering machine.
Dude, grandparent style.
Yeah, that's all you do. And suddenly people are like having to leave. They're going to get so uncomfortable, like, oh my God, I'm talking into an answering machine.
My grandpa, he's got no cell phone, of course. Neither is my grandma. But you either catch him at home or work.
Yeah.
Or you're out of luck.
Do you think it bugs him?
He loves it. It's cool. It's the only thing he knows. But when I see him, he's so not stressed about shit.
No.
It doesn't matter.
So floating today, man. That's the first time in my life I literally was able to disconnect.
Damn.
Wasn't worried about the damn iWatch on my... And I love the thing. Like, it's fun. Wasn't worried about it.
What do you do when you show up to a city and you need to GPS? Or when you need to look up a restaurant or you need to look up a person? The benefits are so close to the shit.
So, convenience?
Yeah.
What have we sacrificed for convenience then?
Damn.
I mean, maybe that's the $1 million question that we're just not asking. What have we sacrificed? Because I guarantee, like, even people are, like, smoking pot or smoking a bowl, and then they still pick up their phone. And the whole point was to, like, get in tune or, like, you know what I mean, check out. And then you're like, oh, I'm high now, and I'm still going to go on Snapchat.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're like, just defeating the point.
Oh, it's a mess.
I fucking like my phone, Will. Stop making fun of my phone.
The benefits are too close to the fucking...
Yeah. You know what we need to do? We need to, like, roast him properly. But, like, I want real roast for all of us,
Let me give a proper try.
Yeah.
Man, we've hit the shoes, so he's a collector of shoes.
Yeah. We played on the colorblind thing, but, like, we did a whole episode,
Yeah.
so it's just too easy.
Yeah, he can't see color. He's a dog.
Yeah.
Shit. What else he got?
I got it.
Okay, go.
I got it. So I bought this really cool bike, man.
It's fucking got no brakes.
It's got no brakes, so I don't ride it.
Yeah. It's too fucking dangerous. Dude, I got this bike. I mapped it out. It really scares me to drive past cars, so
Yeah.
I've just been driving to work.
I had this, like, really cool conversation with Duncan. Told me to ride my bike. Still haven't ridden it.
I'm not going to ride that shit.
Fuck that bike. It's cool, though, because I can look at it.
Here's what I think we don't know about Mason.
Yeah.
What are his online games? I bet you he's such a dork.
Yeah, I don't know.
So he says he'll vet. I'm a desktop or an online gamer.
Yeah.
He plays computer games.
Yeah.
What are his games? Do you know?
No, I gotta find out now.
I don't know.
I need more material.
I want to know how many hours he puts in on those. I'm gonna guess 20 a week.
I wonder if we turn that camera just a little more towards the desk, I bet we could figure out what games he's playing.
You think? I don't think that computer will handle it.
No, but that Mac will.
Oh, true. He's got a new Mac, but the work computer's kind of shitty.
There's another one.
Huh.
So, like, to do this kind of stuff, man, I need a Mac.
Yeah.
Mason, why do you need a Mac? I don't want to tell you, but I want a game at work.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Mason's now mastering our shit, right?
Yeah.
He's mastering the podcast.
Yeah, so I'll give him props for that. Like, instead of going to audio school, he's just like, fuck it, I'm going to teach.
You can learn
I'm going
more.
to teach myself.
You can learn more on YouTube than audio school.
Yeah, it's super impressed. Mason, stop fucking taking vacations, man.
Yeah. What? This is his second one over a week.
Yeah.
He went to Europe. Where's he at?
I don't know. Chicago? Chicago.
Why? His mom?
Chi-town. Yeah, he's going to go see his mom.
His mom friended me on Facebook.
Did she really?
I'm friends with, what's her name? Rotz?
Whoa.
Dude.
I didn't get an invite?
Dude.
That hurts a little
I'm
bit.
looking her up right now.
Wait a minute. Maybe no.
She's cool.
I feel like excluded now. Like I'm a little butthurt.
Amber Rotz.
Yeah. Damn it, Mason's mom.
She just got called out. She watches everything we do.
Which is fun. Like, what a cool mom.
Yeah.
What a cool mom.
She loves Mason. This is her support of Mason.
Mace, like, we like you and stuff. But your
Kinda.
mom's way cooler.
Yeah, your mom's cool.
Just saying. She's way cooler. She added you on Facebook.
Whoa.
Okay, give me an impression.
All right. I've used it all. I've used shoes. I've used work-life balance.
Yeah.
I've used... What's tonight? Oh, it's fucking Mediterranean Monday. It's West Coast Wednesday. It's fucking... They have a night every night. It's Taco Tuesday. It's fucking...
It's awesome.
Yeah. He does brunch.
Yeah?
He has all the time in the world.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of him.
Do you remember when I tried to give him a button-up?
He won't wear them.
He was, like, angry at me.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck do you think you are? You're handing me a button. It was a Burberry button-up. Not...
We should make him...
Not shitty.
We should make him get dressed up.
You should put it on the tick sheet. This is your requirement. Once a week you have to wear a button-up.
You get dressed up.
Okay, so Mason, we're deciding your fate for you. You're not here to back it up, homie.
Yeah, Mason, screw you.
Nope, can't do it.
Alex, you're cool.
Yeah, I hope you get food poisoning in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like 3 days of your vacation.
Chi-Town's pretty rough. I picked up a Cadillac in Chi-Town.
What?
Yeah, when I was like 19, I bought a Cadillac Eldorado out of Chicago off eBay. Yeah. Flew out there, landed. It was like 10 p.m. Picked it up from some crackhead who smoked, and it smelled like mega cigarettes.
Ooh.
And me and a buddy drove it home. 22 hours of driving. We drove it straight.
Wow.
And it was my black Cadillac.
So you do have millennial tendencies. You bought a car off of eBay.
I bought a lot. I bought like 4.
Yeah. Can we tell the audience you're wearing a beanie right now, and it is like 90-some-odd degrees outside?
No beanie.
Yeah, you're wearing a beanie.
No, I don't wear beanies. I'm not a hipster.
You should.
I should.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw someone in a beanie last week. It's the middle of fucking summer. We're capping out at like 95.
In New York?
Here. Salt Lake City, someone had a beanie on.
Salt Lake is just bizarro world.
So
right?
what's the beanie thing? What does that mean? What are you telling the world when you wear a beanie in summer?
I don't know.
I think you're telling them like I have style.
I don't know, because for me it's just like I really want to get a heat stroke.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I can't even. I don't know how it's a fashion statement. I don't know how the hell it's even cool.
What the fuck?
And I'm really not that old, man. I mean, y'all make me feel old. I'm really not that old, and I just don't get it.
I don't get summer beanies, man. I want to punch them in the face.
100 degrees outside and you put some wool on your head?
That's fucking...
I don't get it.
It's retarded.
I want to roll down the window and yell at those people.
You should.
I should probably do that from now on. Dude, I mean, if I'm going to get old and crazy, I might as well, like, live it.
Dude, a good friend / mentor of mine said one of the best things you can do in life is to go get beat up.
Really?
Yeah. You know him, too. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just straight up get your ass kicked.
Yeah, he's like, go stand up for something you believe in and get your ass kicked. He's like, it's one of the best things that'll ever happen to you.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like, it'll help you put things in perspective.
So that was his reasoning.
Yeah, so like
putting
I feel
your
like
life in perspective.
Go up to someone who's in like a beanie gang.
Okay. Because there's a bunch of those.
Yeah, call him out, get your ass kicked, and he says it's a good thing.
Just allow myself to get jumped by a bunch of beanie wearing.
I'll spell it out so you know who it is.
Oh, that totally doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
That's pretty, and I can see him saying that too.
Yeah, he's like every time I've gotten my ass kicked for something I believe in, it makes me just adapt a little and realize what's important.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like John Wayne level shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
I can't top that.
How do we wrap up this episode?
You might have just wrapped it.
Go get your ass kicked for something you believe in.
Yeah.
And make sure it's something you believe in even after you get your ass kicked.
Yeah. Make sure they're wearing beanies, and there's a group of them. And if they're like wearing beanies and riding unicycles, they're on Snapchat.
I learned how to ride a unicycle. It's pretty fun.
Like for real?
For real. Yeah, I can ride a unicycle.
You just admitted that.
I know. I love learning weird shit. Dude, I'm practicing breakdancing.
I was just going to say.
Jesus.
Dude, you dropped cardboard in the studio, and we all did, what, was that turtles?
Yeah.
Is that what we were?
Breakdancing is one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Mason was so angry at you. He could not do it.
Mason can't sit up with his legs straight on the ground. So he can't put his legs straight and sit on a 90-degree angle on the ground. It tilts him backwards.
He can't do that?
Nope.
I got to ask him to do that more often.
Perfect roast. Hey, Mason. How's it feel never touching your knees?
Yeah.
With straight legs.
Were you angry in math class when they talked about 90-degree angles?
I don't think so.
No, because you can't do it.
No, that wasn't a literal question.
Yeah, so it's really not a
Mason
good roast if someone takes it literal. You're
My
like-
bad.
you're
I'm
like,
like,
yeah, you
I'm like
fucking
4
hated
JMOs
math.
deep.
Yeah.
But dude, he can't sit on the floor with his legs straight.
What? How have I not seen that?
I'm super inflexible and I can do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of these days then. Okay, so you have an easy out. You have Vanilla Ice and Drake coming in, and they get to shave your eyebrows.
Yeah. What episode is that? Because I know someone who knows Vanilla. I think
coming
he'll
up.
do it.
It's coming up.
Okay.
I still think that's a really easy out.
Dude, I think I can get Vanilla here to shave my brows.
Give me a percentage.
90.
For real?
For real. I just need to know the episode and the time so I can send it to the person I know, and then Vanilla's going to get it, and he's going to go, yeah, I'm in Salt Lake City for some real estate expo in like fucking November. I'll shave his brows.
If I find out when Vanilla's here, we're going to record the episode then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, so just please find me the episode and the time.
Okay.
I'll pass it to her. She knows Vanilla. And
Okay.
Vanilla will be like, yeah, I'm in Salt Lake City for a stupid expo. I'll shave his brows.
Oh, my God. Okay, let's do it.
All right.
I really want to see you without brows.
Yeah.
And I really want to see Vanilla Ice do that.
I know. What a great two truths and a lie. Vanilla, I shave my eyebrows. I have
No
cancer.
shit. Who would pick that?
Dude, it's
Who,
beautiful.
Yeah, who would pick that? ShaneTrain,
Yeah.
wrap us up.
Wrap us up. When you're a driver, it's hard to know when to quit driving and when to be okay with how it is and when to keep going. It's hard to know who to keep in your life and not keep in your life. Will, how do you feel from being a driver and not being a driver? What would you prefer to be?
I'd never go back.
Okay, fuck, me too.
I'd never go back. I couldn't.
So there's certain people in your life that just won't fit.
These people are working themselves out.
Me too. It's up to them.
I almost don't have to do anything anymore.
Okay, but you'll never go back.
No, never go back.
So if you're a driver, it's worth it. And if you're not a driver, you should try it because you'll never go back. And then Millennial Mason's kind of a tool bag.
Fucking vacation. I'm like all bitter about it.
I know.
Fuck you and your vacations.
I wish I had more to rip on. Shoes, Kanye, Drake, knowing too much slang.
Dude, you just covered everything in Millennial's life.
Yeah. Brunch.
Brunch.
He's got a great wife.
Brooklyn.
He's got that going.
Slothfulness.
Yeah.
He's got an awesome wife.
Yeah.
How does it feel that your wife's way cooler than you?
We should have her on.
Yeah, we're going to have her on.
She could give us dirt.
Oh. So I want like a Comedy Central roast. Like I want to put all of you in like a king's chair, and I just want to line down the studio, and I just want people taking turns putting the mic on and just like roasting.
Beautiful.
Let's do it.
All right.
I don't care if you cry.
I don't mind.
Okay.
I'm a weird dude. I think that's it, man.
We're done?
Good episode. Will's first float and Millennial roast, and then everything in between.
Yeah.
Adios, guys.
They call me a listener, they say that I should start to explore everything. Oh, I may be a listener and maybe I should. There's joy in the message I bring. ShaneTrain, ShaneTrain. I am free and at ease, I record what I please. ShaneTrain, ShaneTrain, ShaneTrain.